Welcome to another episode of the Ultimate Intimacy Podcast with Nick and Amy. And today's episode we're gonna do on, well,
Rejection.
we did on rejection,
Rejection.
everyone's favorite topic.
Goes
We
both ways.
we did a video, I did a video, a little while ago that kind of went viral.
I think it almost hit a
I
million.
mean, I don't have social media,
Actually,
so I have to ask Amy how the video did.
a clue.
I have
What
no idea.
the time
Amy's like,
post of him.
Amy's like, oh, we had this post go viral. I'm like,
What post?
what posts? What are you talking about?
No, we make the videos together. He just doesn't know when I post them, who makes horrible comments, who makes good comments. Like, yeah,
Yeah, I have
it's
no
fine.
idea
It
because
gives
I
him
don't have
less
social media.
anxiety and
But apparently it went a little viral.
yeah. Yeah, I think all the women loved it.
And okay, well that's
I
good.
think the women loved it.
And it was on the 5 reasons that my wife Amy never rejects me.
Yeah.
So
Well,
they must work. I don't know.
let me verify. Never. We did put never on the post. I can't say that I never said, "Hey, how about tomorrow night instead?" Like we are married. Like there are some nights where I'm just like, when I think of rejection, I think of like, "Ew, no, don't touch me tonight." Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I try if there's ever a night which I hardly try to say no because number one, yeah, the emotional intimacy is good in our marriage. We work really hard on that.
I mean,
It's okay to reject.
and I
Like
mean, look at this. At 50 years old, like, why would you want to reject this?
it's okay to reject, but it's how you do it, right? But what I did say in a lot of the comments was I don't have to reject because he's awesome enough to like read the room. If I'm not feeling it, like most of the time he's respectful and doesn't even go there. Like I feel you're pretty good at like if I make oh I just started my the monthly or there's certain things where I'm exhausted tonight. Like if I make a certain comments, like he's not even gonna
My
try to
fault.
initiate.
It's
He's good at reading the room. I'm complimenting you. Like I don't have to read. A lot of men don't even pay attention. They're like tonight, and she's just like, are you even like know what's going on in my life?
Did you not know that I just got in a car accident tonight? And I'm in the hospital.
That
No,
wasn't funny.
no, it's no, but that's how we as men are, me included. Like
No,
I'm totally
not like that.
well, sometimes I'm totally oblivious.
Anyways, the video is on rejection, and we're gonna share the 5 things that Nick does that said I never reject him. Like, yeah, like I try not to because he's so great, and it wasn't always like this,
Oh, that's
but
for sure. That's for
it
sure. I
wasn't.
am
He's gotten
a new man.
he's learned these things over the last 10 years. So I tried never to reject you before that either. I know that intimacy is really important. That's why we literally try to do what we do.
Why we have the
But
ultimate intimacy, yeah. I mean,
that's why, yeah, this is like a big long topic. Hopefully, no one gets mad at us. Please realize it's a 30-minute episode. We can't dive into anything. Disclaimer, we know that good emotional intimacy comes first. We have episodes on that before we jump into this. But I think we're going to talk about kind of why these are such great things. And if husbands, yeah, we're kind of talking to the husbands today. Wives, you are going to hopefully you're like, yes. I totally agree with all those things. But husbands, if you want more intimate marriage, from having better emotional connection and you want the rejection to stop just give this episode a chance, right?
and I must admit, by the time this airs, I will have turned 50. So, having said that, this video.
Birthday to you. Should I sing to you?
No.
Okay.
This video was several months ago, so
You were so young.
I was so young back then. I don't remember what I talked about back then.
You don't remember what you
So
talked
if I
about years
need,
ago.
I do remember some. So if Amy has to help me out a little bit, you're like, Nick did a video and he doesn't even remember what 5 things he
Because
talked
he
about.
was 49
It's because I was 49. Give me a break.
and now you're 50.
Now I'm 50. A year ago, I had my whole life ahead of me, and now
You know what would be really cool is if some of our listeners that actually like really like us maybe want to write us a little email and say, Happy birthday, Nick. 50's okay. You're still cool.
you're gonna be okay.
You're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Your wife still wants you. It's good.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyways, that'd be pretty cool if your inbox got flooded with like Happy birthday, Nick. Anyways.
So yeah, I was kind of reminiscing, like I feel pretty good for 50.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is I have more hair at 50 than I had at 49 or 48.
That happened.
So I don't know what's going on, but I feel like Benjamin Button. I'm turning back the time, and 10 years from now, Amy's gonna be like, dang, look at that. Look at that guy out there cleaning the pool with that six pack.
He got a hair transplant. FYI. Oh, is
No
that
one
a
knew
secret?
that.
Yes, they did. Okay. Anyways, should we jump in?
Let's jump in. Yeah, we've killed enough time.
I've heard about the six pack thing for so many years. That's definitely not going to happen. So I'm not going to get my hopes up on that one. But that's all right. I still love you. It's
All right, I will
unconditional.
post an Instagram video when that happens.
Okay. Anyways, yeah. Okay, so the title of this is Why My Wife Never Rejects Me. Never, as in he doesn't. Well, maybe that should be number one, is you don't really ask when you read the room and you know that it's the wrong
Will be
time.
the
Like
six reasons. Yes,
men
number
learn
one.
that.
Number one, as of today, I read the room.
You always have. You're good at that for the most part.
Oh, wow.
Except for
A
last
month
time.
ago,
Except for
except for a month
Monday.
ago, you're like,
Except for Monday.
Monday? What
Yeah, it
happened
was like
Monday?
the anniversary of my dad's death, and you like had no idea.
Oh, yes.
And I told him after, and he's like, "Want to make love?" And I didn't deny him in any way, but I'm like, "It's
and
kind of a
I
heavy day."
and I will admit I felt bad. I totally forgot.
I'm
I
like, even
mean,
my friend that I don't even talk to much texted me, and it's fine. Like, I'm no hard feelings. Like, it's fine. We're at a stage in life where I'm like, it's fine. It's not like it's fine. I still want to make
for
love with you.
that.
I love you, so
Oh,
it's
that's
fine.
cool.
That makes it better.
All right, number one, Amy is not my mother, and I don't expect her to be my mother. So that means clean up after myself. If I see dishes in the sink, I don't assume that's her responsibility. Honestly, if I see laundry, I'll just walk in the laundry room and be like, "Oh, looks like some things need to be done," and I'll fold laundry. I just in all honesty, I really try to look around and just see if something needs to be done. I'm like, oh, that needs to be done. I'm gonna do it. And it's not to try to,
Get some.
get some later. It's not for getting points or anything. Like and I have not always been like this,
No,
but I think again, that's expecting that why is that her responsibility? It's just something that needs to be done. And so I try to do that. And I think some men are really good at that. Others are maybe not so good at that.
we're really bad.
We're really bad at that. And I was one of those guys that used to be pretty bad at that. So
So instead of you just saying what you do and be like, you should do this, I just want to expand on each of these. Like, why so many, these are like the top things that we've done polls on that women want more of in their marriage. And that's why we made this video, is
Mhm.
because I'm like, gosh, you know what? That's like, we took like the top five or six, and I'm like, those are literally what Nick does. And this is why it makes a difference. So after you share like what that is, like, I want to say why that's emotionally connecting.
Well, and you shouldn't have expectations like, oh my heck, if I do this, I'm going to be
Right.
expecting to get some tonight, right? Like,
Right.
you should be doing it just because those are things that need to be done. And I mean, if you live in the house and eat in the house, like,
Clear about yourself.
you wear clothes, like those are part of it.
I think what's so great, and this will look different to every marriage. Some wives are stay-at-home moms and they're like, this, I want to do all this. I'm over the meals. I'm over the like I'm good with
Every
that because my
situation's
husband, it's
different.
going to
Yeah.
be different, right? When in our marriage now, there was a time where I was doing most of the working. Now we both, try to split things up, and so then we have to split things up in the home. So it's not like a 50-50 kind of thing. It's a and a lot of like there's a lot of viral social media posts going on, like the sixth love language for women is not having to ask, and I completely agree with that. Like, when a husband just reads the room and he's not like swiping on his phone while his wife, and there's nothing wrong with swiping on a phone,
Yeah,
don't
for
don't get me
sure.
wrong. I'm just saying, like, when a wife is like going from here to here, and now she's wiping the counters and she's cleaning up after the kids, and the living room's a mess, and the sink is full of dishes, and the laundry hasn't been in a couple days, and it's starting to pile up. Like a husband, and it goes both ways. Some wives don't do these things too, and a lot of husbands say they're the ones that do all this stuff. So I understand it's not like a man-woman thing. But like when one spouse is always doing everything and the other one's just kind of like watching, like that kills attraction so fast in
Well, if
marriage.
you're looking at stuff from like a 50-50 standpoint, or like I'm doing all the work or this and that, obviously you're not in a good place.
Mhm.
Honestly, I don't know how Amy feels, but for me, like when we get to a point where we just see something that needs to be done and do it, I no longer look at like, oh, she's doing more or I'm doing more or who's
Mhm.
doing more. It just becomes like we work together as a team, and if something needs to be done, we do it. And that
Mhm.
doesn't mean I'm always gonna read her mind and know exactly what needs to be done. Sometimes Amy will say, "Hey, we need to do this." I'm like, "Oh, perfect. Okay."
Right.
She'll point stuff out or vice versa.
In a nice way. I'm not, I try not to be a nagger, but I'm like, hey, and this is kind of like my little hidden secret, but like we always try to, we're not super good at it all the time, but we try to get our kids involved on Saturdays so the chores become a family thing, right? And so, like, I don't want to feel like the mom or the only one that's like getting stuff done in the house. Like, that's not, I mean, if you're both working full time, especially, like, that's everyone's job is to kind of maintain the home, right? That's why we kind of created that new You and I app that we launched with the Harmony Home
Hmm.
feature to get you talking about the mental load and all those things. But I just think it's really important for husbands to understand that
It's
when she does feel like your mom, it changes the relationship.
uh
We want to feel like your passionate lover, that your best friend, like that you have that like sexual connection, that emotional connection. When we feel like we're constantly cleaning up after you, always taking care of you,
the
like
last thing in
the
the world.
mothering kind of relationship, that's such a turn off.
Yeah, you're not gonna want any knocking boots later. You're not gonna want anything.
I just and that's gonna please don't come after us. Like that's gonna look different to every marriage. It depends on how you handle it in your marriage. But if she's always feeling like she's cleaning up, like if you can't put your shoes away or you can't pick up clothes off the floor and like she just picks up after you like another toddler, I just promise you it's gonna change the dynamic a little bit and not in a good way. So just be mindful of that. And that's why a lot of women on this post commented like these are literally golden.
Yeah.
Like these five things. So we can move on, but
Well, and the second thing is I do this religiously. You hear us talk about this religiously, but we go out on date night at least once a week. And
mhm.
there's been occasions we've done it twice a week.
And sometimes
But
every other week if we have something.
yeah,
It's
like
not like it has to be, but
no, but
yeah.
we prioritize date night because that's how we fell in love. We had good conversations. We were having fun, laughing, enjoying each other, going out
Mhm.
together. And so that might look different for every couple, depending on what stage of life you're in. Even if you have little kids at home, you can still plan an at-home date night.
Right.
There's still things you can do to spend time
Right.
together, talk, show each other you
Mhm.
care about each other, play games, whatever that may
Definitely.
be. And so one of the anytime a couple emails us, and we get emails all the time, any issues they're having, one of the first things we typically ask is, well, are you having date night? Are you dating each other? And I can say 90% or more of the time it's like, no, we don't date
Right.
each other. Well, how are you going to stay connected and romantic and
Mhm.
desire each other if you're not dating each other?
Right.
So
100%. And there are a lot of husbands that have made comments like, why do I need to keep dating her? We're married. Because you fell in love by dating. That doesn't mean
why
you
would
stay
you
in love.
not want to
Why?
date your spouse? Like
Right.
every Friday night, like I'm like, let's get the heck out of the house together. Like, why would you not want to go out and date your spouse?
I don't
This
know.
is
If you
crazy.
have some solid reason why not, please let us know so we can
Maybe
combat
we'll
that.
rethink things, but probably not.
No. Okay. You said in the video, I just have it up because it's been a while, it was like 6 months ago. You said number three is you don't watch porn.
Yeah.
And you listed the reasons why you don't, why it's harmful, why you don't want to look at other people. So I just
Well,
like that's awesome.
I mean, I could sit and list 1,000 reasons why I don't, but I don't. Like, I think I've said this in other videos as well too. One of the things Amy and I have done is cut out like rated R movies, right? Like I don't want to put things in my mind that are going to make me desire things or take my mind off Amy or things like that. And so, yeah, I this is one thing in my life, luckily, I've never struggled with. I've tried to just keep things in my life to keep this away from me. And I'm not sitting here saying I've never seen it. Obviously, you're scrolling on Google or something and something pops up, but I've never actively gone out looking for it. I don't look at it. But I just feel like that's going to just be detrimental to your marriage. And I think one of the reasons too is Amy and I have some pretty good friends that have struggled with this. And I just look at their life and I see how every day their life is just not only their life, but just their marriage is like on survival mode of just trying to get through each day because of the effects that pornography has caused them in their lives. So, me personally, I know other people think differently, but I would say for the most part, most Christians think that this is something that they do not want in their marriage. I don't want anything of it, part of it. I feel like it's going to be the plague that completely destroys relationships. And so, yeah, that's just a choice I've made. And like I said, my mind is clear, my mind is focused. I can focus everything on my wife and only have eyes for my wife. So,
Hmm. Um, for those listening that maybe a wife that has had a husband that struggles with it or is struggling with it, like we have, I don't want to get into this because this is not a pornography episode, but we have an amazing episode with therapist Austin, our favorite expert. It's a little ways back, maybe a couple months, maybe a few
yeah,
months, but he does a really good job at giving people hope of how to get out of it, how
exactly.
to find, you know, how
And
just how to get it out of your like so many people say they struggle and struggle and they get out and then they can't get out and then they're stuck back in it and then they just a constant struggle in the marriage. It's ripped their parent marriage apart, it's ripped their intimacy life apart. Like he just has really good tips and he can really be helpful to you if you need it.
yeah, and I want to make it very clear, and I'm glad you said that because I don't want to sound insensitive
No,
or
yeah.
anything. Like I know there's a lot of people struggling with this, and I think that's one of the reasons why I've tried to shun it and keep it out of my life. Like I literally do a lot of things in my life proactively to keep that out of my life. I really do. Like I put up barriers. I do things to keep that out because I've seen the devastating impacts of it. And I know my personality, I kind of have an addictive personality to where I whatever I do, like even in the past, whether it's golf or just different things, like I kind of have an addictive personality, and knowing that, I know I need to be careful about certain things as well. And so again, I've done everything in my life just to try to shun it and keep it completely out of my life. And so again, I don't want to sound insensitive. If it's something you struggle with, you can get help. You can
Mhm.
overcome it.
Mhm.
And you know, just there's things and people out there that can help you, and I don't want to, if you're struggling with it, it doesn't mean you're a bad person at all in any way. You can get the help that you need if it's something you want to overcome, I guess.
I do want to say though, it's very emotionally connecting to a wife that a husband turns and runs away from that. Like I just want to say like that's big for me. I feel like it's cheating. And so we've had a lot of discussions in our marriage what this looks like between us. And
What
so I just wanted to add that like having these discussions, being open with each other, being honest and vulnerable with each other, putting up boundaries together, like it's really attractive.
Well, and what's kind of funny is like the other night, like we were watching a show and people were making out, and it didn't show anything,
Mhm.
but sometimes I'll fast forward stuff and Amy's like, they aren't even showing
They're
anything.
just kissing.
But it's amazing how my mind and my body is just really sensitive to that. Just because I recognize like what those things can arouse, what type of feelings
Yeah.
those can
Yeah.
arouse and things like that. And so again, I just, that's just one thing Amy and I have decided that
Mhm.
we don't want to ever have get into our marriage. And so,
Absolutely.
we put
Absolutely.
up walls and boundaries and do certain things to keep it out.
I like
So,
that you said proactive. It's something you'd be very proactive
oh, you
about.
have
Like,
to.
you know what I mean?
You have to. Like you
Take
have
everything.
to. It's almost like people are shooting at
Mhm.
you and you've got to take cover. You've got to figure out ways to dodge those bullets because if you don't put up boundaries or be proactive, there's a better chance that something's going to get you,
Right.
whether it's pornography or something
And I
else.
think we'll do another episode with Austin soon on the destructiveness of it and how to keep it out of your life if it has not gotten you yet,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Or so that it doesn't. Okay, and this one kind of leads into your number four that you said you don't have social media, and then you
Yeah.
explained why. I don't know if you want to touch on that for a sec. And that I feel like this goes hand in hand with pornography because I feel like there's so, at least people say, I am pretty careful on there, so I don't see anything bad, but like I've heard that it can be a real trap, social media trap to kind of start that whole
Well, I
thing
think,
too.
I chose a while back, I got rid of social media.
Like at the beginning of our marriage, like we're talking 23 years ago.
Yeah, like somehow I still have a Facebook page that I can't get rid of, but I haven't logged into it in probably, 15, 20 years or whatever it's been. Yeah, I just don't have the desire to have social media. Again, this is just me. Just not having the desire to have that. I probably do waste my time in other areas that I probably
The
shouldn't,
news.
like the news, just scrolling through the news and kind of
We
seeing
all do
what's up
it. We
there.
all do
But
it.
yeah, like just not having social media has been a great blessing for me and benefited me. I don't have to, worry about anything. I don't have to think about
Yeah.
anything. I don't have to waste time on that. Like I said, I'm guilty of having time wasters in other areas, no question. But yeah, I feel like it's been a really big blessing.
And I'm not like I'm not all against social media. I think it's just really careful to set boundaries. I think it's attractive that you've chosen not to have it.
Yeah, and this was my choice,
And
but
I think that a lot of men struggle with, I mean, it's just a fact that pornography comes at men a lot more.
yeah.
I think it's getting higher for women, but um that sometimes does start with social media.
Oh, no
And you
question.
can't control what you see on there. So I don't know, that's attracted me. I'm not saying that wives, husbands, like everyone needs to turn on social media. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that's attractive to me that he doesn't want it, he doesn't want to spend time on it, number one. But number two, like I'm not against it. Just make sure you're talking and you're setting boundaries together. You're careful what you're seeing. Those algorithms are tricky, right? So
Yeah, I mean,
if
other than our business account we have, yeah,
that I run, yeah. Like I don't know. It is a time waster. So just be careful. I think it's attractive when your spouse like really prioritizes your marriage over stuff that just doesn't matter. And so whatever that looks like in your marriage, I think a lot of women were like, "Oh my gosh, like that's so amazing. My husband spends so many hours on social media." And women do it too. I think it equally goes both ways, but picking your marriage
yeah.
first, right? It's attractive. So
So if you see a social media account for me out there, you'll see I haven't posted or been on in
it's fake.
years.
It's
No,
fake. It's someone
like I
else.
said, I can't figure out how to get rid of the Facebook one. So
Okay, and then the last one that you listed was there is time for hobbies and golf after you put your marriage first. It's called balance, and you talked about that in the video.
yeah, I mean, I think that's really important. I mean, it's kind of funny. Like just getting back to my addictive personalities. So we had this golf simulator place open up in town like 2 months ago, and Amy's like, "Oh, you should get a membership there." I went with my buddy, and I'm like, "Oh, I had so much fun." And I don't really play golf anymore, but it's something I really enjoy. And I'm like, "Oh, I went down and spent an hour or two and had a great time. Played 36 holes, and it was a blast." So of course, Amy's like, "Oh, you should get a membership."
I did. I'm like he needs a healthy hobby again. Like I promote that.
Yeah, and I got a membership and it started turning into almost like, oh, I'm gonna go down every day for a couple hours. And coming back to my addictive behavior, and I'm like, well, all right, I can't, go that much, obviously.
His
But
wife might have freaked out on after the second week, and I'm like, that was more time than a round of golf on Saturday.
yeah, that is
That's three
true.
hours.
So, but getting to that is just like being mindful and aware of like balancing those things out. And so now what's great is Amy has something on Wednesday, every Wednesday night usually. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go down Wednesday night while she's at her thing and
Mhm.
whatever, and trying to find that balance. But I think it is very important to have like you time and get away and do different things individually as couples. But it's also important to find a balance in that.
And it's
And
really hard, like at our stage of life, when like your kids are super busy, the wife's we're kind of out because our kids drive now, most of them drive now, but like there's those stages where like the kids' lives are really busy in the evenings, but husbands work during the days, or wives, everyone's working during the days and stuff. So I don't know. It's you have to be super careful with the whole hobbies, extracurricular kind of stuff for as adults. It's important, but that balance can be really tricky because it's like we watch in our area pickleball is kind of taken over the world in our area.
oh yeah.
And we're seeing marriages really struggle from it because it's so addictive. And yeah, it's only an hour and a half, 2 hours a game, whatever games, but we at the very, when we first got into it, we were started seeing couples like in the
Every night,
evenings every
yeah,
night. I'm like,
with
who's
little
to
kids.
better? Why is the husband always gone every night? Like we just started noticing things and we're like, I think this is really starting to hurt marriages. Like we're super big pickleball fans, but like you have to balance things out. And that just takes
Well,
communication and making sure that you're both on board, that there's a healthy balance, that I mean, I think that you should promote each other to go do fun things and get out once in a while, but just make sure you're like on the same page with
well, and
it.
I think you hit exactly what I was going to say is it's just talking to each other. So, like the other day when Amy's like, "Oh my heck, you're going to this place every day." We hadn't talked about how often I would go before.
Right.
So
Right.
I said, okay, let's talk. Like what is good? And we kind of came to agreement like a couple times a week or so is, good or things like that. And so it really is just that simple of sitting down and talking about it. If there's an issue, don't just assume, sit down, talk about it, say, hey, what do you feel comfortable with? And that's where you kind of have that expectation set and the boundaries and things like that. And it really is just that simple about talking about
And
things.
you both
So,
have to give and take a little bit, right?
oh
Like you would
yeah,
probably pick 5 nights a week, and I'd be like, oh, nice.
actually I wouldn't pick 5 nights a week, but
You did, but
it was a newness
it was
thing
newness wears off with
and my
that.
addictive personality.
Anyways, I've been there with pickleball. Like I get it. So it's definitely vulnerability. The reason I wanted to like kind of talk about this and the whole point of the video was my wife never rejects me because of these things that I do. It So to summarize this all, it all comes back to emotional connection. When the emotional connection, like picking your spouse over your phone, dating your spouse continually, like, just being more present. We talked with Austin on last Friday's episode about the whole sexual intimacy, emotional
Yeah.
intimacy, where that disconnection comes in is about someone's not being present, either in the bedroom or out of the bedroom. And so these 5 things I just feel are like really attractive when you can tell your spouse is putting either husband or wife first over some of these things. That builds teamwork and unity. And that's when your sex life really just becomes intimate, right? And that's kind of like the cherry on top. We want everyone to have such a good emotional life that their intimate life just rocks, right? That's the point.
Rock on.
Ultimate intimacy. So, anyways, hopefully, those are just some tips that Nick has. You don't have to do them. You could pick one, you could pick two, whatever.
I got a lot more tips than that.
But putting
We'll have to do that.
social media just down or less hours or minutes, whatever, trying to stay away from things that cause temptation in your marriage, finding good balance with hobbies and all those things. Like if you can just try a little bit harder on each of those, it just is really going to help your intimate life and your emotional connection.
Yeah,
So,
totally agree.
yep.
Well, and if you need some great products, we have a great sponsor, shop.ultimateintimacy.com. Owners are incredible. Products are awesome. They've helped a lot of couples.
I don't know if we're incredible, but the products are incredible.
Well,
The products
I
are
think I
very
said the
good.
products are incredible. The owners are
Okay.
less incredible. Yeah, well, anyways, people know what I'm
Incredible
joking.
for 50 years old, so.
Thank you, babe. Thank you.
So yeah, if you need a good product, we have, if you're new to our podcast, card decks, intimate games, conversation starters, our new book, Let's Talk About Sex. Card decks get you talking about the emotional intimacy and the sexual intimacy if you're finding a disconnect there. V-ring for her pleasure. The intimate massage cream / lubricant. It's organic, it's edible, it smells amazing. We also have an ultimate intimacy brand lubricant. Am I missing anything? We have an intimacy box that's like pretty much all of those things. Just grab the box, get it all the goodies. Shop.ultimateintimacy.com.
It supports a great cause. We appreciate listening to the podcast. And until next time, we hope all of you find ultimate intimacy in your relationship.